Okay, so we are ready to start the coding. But first, let me show you one little trick for Hitboxes on Sprite. So normally, as we already know, if we add an empty Sprite renderer and say we don't have a box that actually fits the size of the box collider to D, well, this one fits, but a normal box collider will be 1 by 1. So what you can do, because we are on how do you call it, pixel per units by 100 by 100, you can change this to tiled and just set this to 1 by 1. That means one point inside Unity has 100 pixels in. So basically with this you can do it like that, and you can just scale it down and use colors and stuff like that. So I use that for my heart boxes and my hitbox, so we have some preview. Okay, so when we hit play, we will add a script that actually closes this if we're not in debug mode, but you can see it over here. So let's start writing the code for this guy then. Let's open up the AI handler, and we did close some things, and I'm basically going to remove the vertical speed because we're going to be moving with the vertical speed we have on the unit controller as well. Okay, I'm not sure what these are, but we will find them later. So let's uncomment all of this out, and we do have some work to do. Let's uncomment this as well. Now, because this is the AI, we need to replace a few things we had on the agent. Basically, the stopping distance is now going to be the attack distance. Yeah, because I think for most cases this is what they're going to be doing. They're going to be attacking. So let's close that first of all. Let's start deleting some things. And okay, so let's see. If we're close to enemy in a non-vertical, if we're not close to the enemy, we need to set destination, target position, agent. Okay. So from that, I'm only going to take the target position, to be honest. Since we are applying the velocity here, unit controller velocity. This gets a little bit confusing, so we'll take it from the start. Now this, okay, let's ignore those for now, and let's change this to attack distance. Now, if we pass not desired velocity, but if we pass a velocity or some type of a velocity to this, for example, target direction, and let's say target position in this case. Let's do target position, or better yet, let's do transform.position minus target position. Then we have a target direction, and we normalize that. It should force him to move towards the target position. The target position gets created by the enemy position plus a target direction multiplied by our attack distance. Okay, so let's see what that's going to do. It will be wise to actually draw an array with the target direction as well for this, just so we know where he's planning to move. Okay, so he's trying to go the opposite way. So let's fix that. Then target position minus transform position. Transform position. Okay. Dot array, and we tick player. Tick the player is using the exact same logic as our own player, but let's see what we have for speed. I think for speed this guy has 1 and 0.4, and this guy then can have 1 and 0.4 for now. Let's hit play. Okay, so now he's aiming towards a correct target position, unless he's aiming to go backwards. Now keep in mind that this is of course normalized, but he's not actually moving. So let's see why that is. For him to not move, that means he's probably hitting one of these. So if he's AI, we're not doing this. So that would be no. It's not that he's hitting actually the. Actually, you know what? I want to draw. Instead of array, I want to draw a line. Draw a line between transform dot position and target position. That will be better. Then I think we forgot something. Yeah, we do not have a rigid body 2D in this case, but it's not used by the movement, but we're going to need it for interaction, for triggering and all that. Okay, so that makes it a little bit more clear as to where he wants to go, but he just doesn't move. So let's see why. I'm going to close my own controller and add some debug logs. And for example, we're going to say move on position is valid. Get component. Okay, let's put this as a debug log, and let's close our controller. Actually, let's close our input handler. Okay, so we're seeing we're hitting, not hitting any colliders. Oh yeah, we forgot the walk layer. Yeah, of course. Damn it. Walk layer. Now we can have more layers. We can have a layer that only the enemy can walk to as well if we want to. Okay, now we can see that he's moving perfectly. Close the input handler and let's hit play. He's moving, but he's just not stopping. And of course, he's not considering our rotation as well, at all. And because we're moving at the same speed, it's a little bit tricky. So let's start adding the rest of the cases. At the end of the day, you will always need a target direction. The point is, actually not the point is, I think since we have all this, let's uncomment here and let's the target direction. Okay, let's say vector 3 target direction equals vector 3.0. Then cut all that and paste them in here. Then target position, target direction. Okay, if we're close to the enemy, we should be able to check like this, Okay, so this will actually rotate him as well, I think. Then let's see what we have on the else. We don't need to be stopped. We have a direction target, attack time, play action. For some reason this is disabled. Not sure why. Oh, we probably have it somewhere else. Anyway, okay, let's save. Play. Okay, so I think he's stopping at the attack distance. Which is cool, but it's not exactly what we want. So let's add a stopping distance as well. And let's add it at 1. Stop distance. And let's see what we have here. Let's force him to play an action actually, because that might have been working fine. But it could be us that, yeah, it could be that we didn't have any logic actually there. But he wasn't playing anything. Yeah, that was it. Okay, so as you can see, he's not doing anything on us, and attack distance, okay, stop distance is way too high. And I see that we also need to fix our sort order. Okay, so let's see. There's dynamic sort order, and for this, instead of Z we say Y. Okay, then let's go and fix our downs collider. So on trigger enter, enter 2D. Actually, is it trigger enter 2D, collider 2D? Okay. So the rest I think should just stay the same. There's no other change we need to do that. We need to do that. Let's see, come on. He's not hitting us, and we're not hitting him. That is because hitbox should be trigger, I think. Trigger. And yeah, that worked actually, but I'm not sure why the rest is not working. Let's make them as triggers. Downs collider. Oh, we do have. Oh, okay. This action data on hit. Okay. Under then that unit controller default actions. You don't have any default action then. Where is the player getting that? Input frame, from the input frame. Select action and current action data. You're getting them from the action data holder. So let's do play action. Check. Forgot what we have over here. And that will be action data holder. Okay. So let's just say action data holder dot actions. Let's just play the first action. What's this? Action data container actions 0. Okay. And actions. Now I don't have a need for on the enemies. Don't have a need for multiple states. So I'm just going to leave it like that. So let's just drag and drop that and do action data holder. That should do the same thing now. That should work. Yeah, it works fine. I think we have an issue with oops, why are you not playing? Yeah, it's a little bit of a hit and miss. Not sure what's wrong though. But we do have an issue with the root motion, as I can see. So let's take a look as to why that is. And I bet it's going to be something with the animator. Animator position. Okay, let's see. Input handler. If use root motion, yeah. Move on the position, target position. We might have to apply multiply by delta for the root motion. Well, we'll see. Yeah, we do have to apply that. So use root motion, node delta. Let's try that by delta. Then the two cases that using here should passing delta, and we don't have the delta for this, so let's do it here. And for the AI handler, let's do delta here as well. Now we just changed something very structural on this case, so whatever. Yeah, we can see that now it's working fine. Well, at least we can hit him. I don't know why he can hit us. Yeah, he can hit us fine right now. Okay. Perfect. So I'm going to change stopping distance to for the enemies to 0.3. Okay, so let's see how two of them behave. Perfect. I think we just need to change a little bit the logic here and there, but that will be where we actually left off, or at least what I thought where we left it off. And I'm dead. let's do 5,000. Yeah, we cannot hit him that much, so maybe it's something we have over here. Collision detection continues, sleeping mode, start awake, never sleep actually. Okay, then for unit controller, simulated kinematic continues, never sleep. This might have to do with Z value. I'm not sure. This seems to be working. And this seems to be working, so I guess so. We can always just tailor their box collisions a little bit more. So now we are back to where we were. Okay, so on the next part, let's start adding some variety in. I have a lot more thugs, have some clear sprites, not for this guy. Have this guy as well, has a lot of frames. So we can do a lot of things. We even have the motor guy. We even have the Foot Clan and all these things. So let's see them on the next part. So that's it for now. As always, you know what to do, like, subscribe and all those nice things. I'll see you on the next one.